Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Dawntrail. In the last episode, we started taking our tour of Solution 9. We ended up bumping into Sphene, who kind of took over as our tour guide. He showed us the shopping area, the residential district, where we learned about this Levin sickness that some people are having, where their ethereal balance is shifting towards lightning. Which, in theory, is something we might be able to actually help with. We'll see. And then we ended up getting a lesson about the history of the shard that Alexandria comes from, and its tilt towards lightning, discovery of Electrope, all almost certainly Ascian influenced. The then increased dependence on the material, the eventual war that resulted, the storm surge, reminiscent of the Contra Memoria from the 13th, also almost certainly Ascian driven, and then the kind of cataclysmic effects of that. Then the development of the kind of soul salvage technology that they developed, and how that ended up being used to try to prevent as much death as possible. Which, in some ways, it kind of makes sense, but still, I don't know. We have to figure out how. I give a lot of details on how the actual mechanics work. Like, there's still some question marks lying around, but in theory, you could probably have a limited use of this and not cause too much of a disruption. But with a large quantity of souls being used, it could again disrupt the entire ethereal sea and life stream of the entire world. So I guess degree of use would be key to how sustainable this whole system would be. So yeah, but we ended up kind of separating there. Sphene wanted to tell us something but stopped because Zoralja is listening. So still there are things that she is not telling us, and something else is definitely going on here. But we're not on our own again, and we need to go find Kafkiwa and the rest of Oblivion and see what we're going to get up to. So that is where we're at. I did go ahead and head back into Heritage Found and took care of all my side quests, at least all the ones that were available anyway. That's done. Let's keep pushing on. All right, Buklamat. This is the right place, you think? Sure. I don't see the others, though. Well, rather than sitting and waiting, we might as well explore a bit more. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna look over there. Ah, it's that Mamulja child again. Mamulja child, what are they doing here? And yes, Ubigo features with blue scales. You noticed too, right? The resemblance to Zoralja. The blue scales of a Bunewa with the features of a Hubigo. This can't be a coincidence. At any rate, it wouldn't do to leave such a small child on their own. Come on, let's go after them. That song still with the automaton in it is makes me chuckle a little. All right. Lots of shiny billboards. Holographic signage. So this is TrueView. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but it does seem lively. And that looks like the Arcadian from the promotion materials. Alright, that building's just about the only one that isn't lit up. Not open for business at the moment, I guess. Hello there. Ah! I didn't see it there. Listen, we don't mean you any harm. We just want to talk. It's a bit odd, don't you think? They run off when we approach, only to suddenly reappear. Could it be they want to take us somewhere? Is the way of it? You want us to follow you? So it is. Alright then, either way. Alright. Well, first things first. Well, let's talk to the... well, Wooglemon first. Let's see where they take us. Blue-scaled Hubigo child. Exclamation point. Once you choose to depart, Wooglemon will accompany you. The blue-scaled Hubigo child will then begin moving towards the destination. Make your way to the destination without falling behind. If you leave her behind for any reason... Hold on. First things first. I'm gonna get at least one of these aetherite shards. To make getting back here a little bit easier, should we end up somewhere else. Alright. Let's go. Always find it slightly annoying with these follows that, you know, they run slower than your run speed but faster than your walk speed. I think that's done just so that you can catch up if you do fall behind, but still, and then it isn't as slow as a walk. Is this where you wanted to bring us? Looks like a restaurant or bar of some kind. With a stage. And a DJ booth. What is this place? If we're meant to relax here, it isn't working for me. So more of a nightclub. Hey, what's your name? So you're still not inclined to talk. He'll only talk if he's completely comfortable with you. Melancholy. Go along with nostalgia. You know him? After fashion, but never mind that. How about something to wet your whistle? Adorable as you are, it's on the house. I can recommend our special, Her Majesty. I'll prepare one without liquor for the boy, too. Thanks, but no thanks. We're supposed to meet a friend named Kafkiwa. But we ran into the child on the way, and he led us here. Oh, so you're with Kafkiwa. So is this our hideout then? In that case, go and have a chat with Big Tassos there. He'll show you to a fun place. Alright then. What about him? I don't think he's in the mood to talk, so he can tend the bar with me. This is taking a turn for the strange, but you don't think we're walking into a trap, do you? Again, if it is a trap, we smash it. Alright, now that it doesn't have a suspicious written all over it. Yep, DJ booth. But before that, Neon Stein. Alright, Wuklamatz. What is this fun place meant to be? Is Kafkiwa here? Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out. Alright. Rakaznar armor offending. Rakaznar? That's a Final Fantasy XI reference. Alright. Let's take a look. You know, I don't hate it. So we'll rock with it. Tassos. This area is normally off limits, but Kafkiwa told us about you. Just follow the corridor and head into the room at the end. Now, let's go, Yummy. Whatever happens, you won't catch me being surprised.
Wonderful! They're here!
We're here.
We've only just arrived ourselves.
Amazing.
Nice setup. And wait a minute, they have a 3D printer
I
here?
bid you welcome to the Backroom, Oblivion's humble headquarters.
I think I saw a 3D printer there.
A hideout tucked behind a drinking hole. Brings back memories, doesn't it?
Indeed.
Our members here are mainly creators and adapters. That is, scientists and engineers who specialize in electrope. They use their skills to provide support to our field operatives. Geralt, Shale, be so kind as to give our friends an overview of your duties.
Geralt. You. I see. We found another shard of that guy. Yep.
Well, there's provisioning. Gotta have supplies to fight a good fight, ain't ya? Luckily, we got the tools to craft most of what we need.
Gathering intelligence is another vital aspect of our work. Everkeep's core system is a veritable treasure trove of information. You just need to know how to get in and find it. We also handle surveillance and communications, watching the enemy's movements and coordinating our own, that sort of thing.
Notice something about Skryle's earring?
And among all our activities, we spend a fair bit of effort investigating preservation.
Preservation?
The organization credited with laying the foundations of electrope technology. From the soul management system to Everkeep's design, they're behind just about everything you see here. It'd be no exaggeration to say they made this realm what it is. But their magnum opus was without a doubt the power which was used to join Alexandria to Tural. Interdimensional fusion.
Said power isn't unlike my summoning technique and the magic within Azam's crystal. Yet, though the effect is localized, to be able to fuse realities. Even with my knowledge, I struggle to conceive how it could be possible.
Incidentally, the founders of our group, a husband and wife, were members of preservation at one point. That they opposed the fusing of worlds, and so defected in order to prevent it.
A husband and wife, you say?
While not entirely unexpected, given what we have seen, this is still quite the revelation.
By the by, that's an interesting earring you have there. A novel way of carrying a data storage device. Oh, you didn't know? Well, as a precautionary measure against machine infiltration, we scan everyone as they enter. And when we scanned you, we detected a small quantity of electrope. Though it's been dressed up, that earring is a storage device and no mistake. Bought it from a shop here, did you?
Nope.
No, it isn't bought, but inherited.
So these people sent you through the portal along with the earring?
Do you know aught of them?
Listen, Cryo. The husband and wife who founded our order. It's believed that they were Malala.
Yep.
Though we have no evidence at present, we can't rule out the possibility that they were your parents, or perhaps close relations. This I posit because they were the very individuals who spearheaded the research into interdimensional fusion. As traitors to preservation, they were relentlessly pursued. If they had a child they feared they couldn't keep safe, entrusting her to the people of another world might have been their best option.
My parents, the founders of Oblivion. Tell me everything you know about them, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Anything and everything.
We don't even know their names, I'm afraid. In a bid to elude preservation's agents, We suspect they erased all trace of themselves. I'm sorry we couldn't be of more help. If you're interested, though, you're welcome to review our accumulated data.
Yes, please. As an individual and member of my order both, I wish to learn as much as possible.
I should also like to peruse the data. Where the joining of realities is concerned, I may well be of service.
Of course. Feel free to peruse to your heart's content.
Thank you.
If you like, I can examine your earring. I have to say, the prospect that it belonged to our founders has me itching to take a look.
I dare say we have enough eyes to pore over your records. Is there any other way we might be productive?
Not right now. We're still waiting for Zoralja to make the next move.
Yep. The 3D printer.
In that case, Alice, would you mind accompanying me?
Gladly.
Ah, I've buggered it up again!
What now?
Never a moment's peace. Pay him no mind. I don't.
Oi! You two there! One of you give me a hand, would you? Don't matter who.
I just remembered I have matters to discuss with Shay.
Do you now? We've been volunteered. You have matters to discuss with Shale, do you, Aaronville? Better you than me. Alright, Graha. As long as one see Kryles so openly impassioned as her comrade, I will do my best to support her. Kryle. Shale's already extracted data on the earring. At long last, a clue. My apologies, but I will remain here to review the information. Shale. I feel for you. While Yenholt is a brilliant adapter, it's as if he's stuck on full volume. It's all I can do to put up with the clamor. By the by, you didn't know him before, did you? I don't see how you could, but for a moment, you're looking at him like you had seen a ghost. Yeah, we got our own version of that guy kicking around. Alright, Alize, a little. Try to keep close to the rest of us so you don't get surrounded. Oh, Ugelman asking a question. When I go on the attack, do you think I'm pushing forward too quickly? The one who pushes forward too quickly is you, Alice. You kept jumping into the combat, like, before I could even get there and get everybody under control. Alright. Yenholt. What do you want? Sorry I had to see my passion spilled over. Happens when you put your heart and soul into your craft, you know? And not to be weird or nothing, but I felt a sense of kinship when I saw you, as if we've met in another life. You're the third version of you that I've met. Anyway, as I was saying, I need someone to lend me a hand. I haven't slept for 2 nights now, I'm a single wink, and I'm right to collapse. I can't afford to, though. I've got folks relying on me, see? But when I keep at it, I need to fetch my favorite energy tonic. That voucher's good for 2 cans, one for yourself by way of welcome. Can't get the stuff at any old vending machine, though. You need to talk to a bloke named Philemon. You'll find him tending the bar out on the main strip. Off you go now. What you making? What else we got kicking around in here? A vending machine. Alright. Alright, so where are we headed? Headed over this way. Looks like we've got some side quests popping up. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run all the way to the end of the lane here. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to call that an outdoor drinking establishment when we're basically inside of a giant building. Alright, so that's all of our Aethernet shards. Alright, here's Philemon. I guess we're getting some energy drinks. Welcome, what are you having? Energy tonics you can't get from vending machines? How dare you suggest that I sell such dangerous stuff? Away with you, and don't come back. Got a voucher. Sip it to me then. Nice and subtle. Oh, so these are prohibited energy drinks. I see. Ah, so you're collecting for Genalt. A can for him and a can for you, eh? Here you go. Yours is formulated for beginners, gentler than the full strength stuff. It's not contraband or anything, so you won't run afoul of the authorities, but if the Rodina Consortium was made aware of my special selection, it'd be bad for business. Now, seeing as it's your first time, I want you to drink your tonic here, just in case there's side effects. Okay. You drain the tonic in a single pull. Yeah, now that's how you do it. Your pulse ought to quicken soon, after which you'll start to see everything more clearly, and then finally you'll feel a roaring surge of energy. People say it's like growing a pair of rainbow wings. Well, if you haven't up and carked it, so hurry along and give Genalt this tonic. He tends to leave it to the last moment, and I expect he's about to keel over. Ah! We're going Rainbow Super Saiyan. Can I get some more of that? All right. Genalt, we got your stuff. Got the tonic? Give it here, quick. There you go. Ah, that's the stuff. Ain't nothing like it to blow all the cobwebs right out with a great big kaboom. Awakens something feral in me, it does. Transform me into a remorseless beast that won't stop till it's done what it's born to do. Any road, sorry for sending you off on an errand like that. I just can't concentrate without my tonic, you know. And the pile of work only ever gets bigger. Speaking of which, I better get back to it. Those weapons and tools ain't gonna enhance themselves. Are you gonna be a relic NPC there? You probably are. Aaron Bill. Nary a moment goes by without gentle moaning and grunting. I presume it's how he expresses his passion for his work. Alize? Just me, or are there rainbows in your eyes? Anything new, Cryle? No. Okay. Kakiwa? What do you think of the crew here? An interesting bunch, right? I personally recruited a Genalt and Shale, by the way. Uklamat?
I've been meaning to ask about that Mamulja child. Could he be...
Yes. In all likelihood, he's Zoralja's son.
So you think so too? But what is he doing here?
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the Drift Downs a few years ago.
To think he'd cast aside his child.
Well, that brings up the question, who's mom?
We can't say for certain who he was born to, or why he was on his own. But he's a blue-scaled Hubigo, and Zoralja is the only other one around. That being the case, everyone assumes they're father and son. Even the boy has put two and two together. This all happened when he was very little, so he has no recollection of his parents. It breaks my heart to think of it.
What's his name?
Gulja.
Ululja. Okay.
It was my hope that he'd grow up to be a man of principle, like his grandfather.
It's a fine name.
That would make him your nephew.
I should mention that the boy is a little unusual. At first, I intended to raise him as my own. But just when I thought he was warming to me, he suddenly disappeared. We searched high and low for several days. And where should he turn up? But in the wilds near Everkeep.
What? It's a miracle he didn't fall prey to fiends.
See? That's another unusual thing. Creatures don't seem to attack him. He could pick his way through the Thunderyards as if he were on a stroll. On making inquiries, we learned that he had been living alone and receiving food from the people of the outskirts. This became something of a pattern. We track him down and bring him back, only for him to disappear again within a matter of days. He would return to the wilds without fail, and once again rely on the kindness of strangers to survive. Finally, I took the hint and left him be, giving him the solitude he prefers and lending a hand only when he explicitly asks.
If Gululja is Zoralja's child, that makes him my nephew. Assuming he's willing, I'd be glad to take him in like Papa did for me. But seeing as I'm here to kill his father, I don't know if it would be right.
Who was that?
Well, looks like we've been overheard.
Oh dear. It's Gululja.
Don't tell me he heard everything.
This is my fault. I asked that he be kept away, but I should have taken more precautions.
I'm going after him. I need to explain.
Wait, Lamachi. I understand your haste, but it'd be best to coordinate a search. Kakiwa, do you have any idea where he might go?
There's no telling, I'm afraid. He could as easily be outside the tower as here in Solution 9.
If those who can fight would search below, My mother and I will scour the district.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get to it.
All right then. I say, regardless of the circumstances, Zeralja is Guluja's father. The boy is bound to be confused. Alright, Swook Lamont. If Guluja is outside the tower, we need to find him as quickly as possible. Even if he's used to getting around on his own, the wilds are still no place for a child. Agreed. While Kral and Raha continue reviewing the data, the three of us should devote ourselves to the search. Alright, let's head to the base of the tower and take it from there. Fastest way is teleportation. All right. All right. Well, here we are outside, but where do we even begin? Have someone call inside of Guluja. Let's make inquiries nearby. Good idea. Could you handle the outskirts, Alice? In the meantime, Ayame and I will head beyond that big wall. Alright, so we're going to the other side of the wall. Lamont, where are we going, little one? Alright, Gulujan doesn't appear to be in the area. However, you catch sight of a group of people a short distance to the southwest. You spotted those people too, yes? Perhaps they've seen something. Come on. Alright, Lamont. Looks like some sort of salvage yard. Well, we'll ask after Guluja. Guluja isn't here. You know the boy? Have you seen him? Oh, forgive me. I didn't know you were... He's blind. No offense taken. My name is Tapu. My eyes may be useless, but my ears are sharper for it. I can recognize people by their footfalls, including Guluja. So, he didn't come this way. Where in the world could he be? I do not know your voices. Who are you to Guluja, and why do you search for him? I'm family. Though we're not related by blood, his father is my brother. I've only just met Guluja, and we haven't had the chance to talk properly. I'm about to do something that will make him hate me, and I wanted the chance to explain. His father is your brother, then that means you're... Yes, I'm Wuklamat, Val of Resolve of Tuliolol. I've journeyed here to bring my brother Zeralja to account for murdering our people and our father. When all is said and done, Guluja may want nothing to do with me. Nonetheless, I'll always consider him family. I'll always be there for him, and I want him to know that. It tears you apart to do what you must. The quiver in your voice tells the tale. Guluja was headed south. There, he has a place that is as close to home as he knows. Find and bear your heart to him. Should he in turn bear his heart to you, accept and respect his wishes, as Queen Sveen respected ours when she granted us a place in her realm. I will. Don't worry. But, what do you mean when you say Sveen respected your wishes? Out of concern for our well-being, Her Majesty had urged us to reside inside Everkeep. And you don't wear a regulator. When we declined, not only did she gracefully accept our decision, she granted us the necessary supplies to make our home here. And since then, she has paid us regular visits to see how we fare. Yeah, that sounds like Sveen, alright. Well, thanks for telling me about Guluja. I'll find him, and we'll have a good talk. We continue south, it seems. Let's keep our eyes peeled as we make our way. Alright. Gonna do the fates. Oh, what happened here? The ruins of the town. That's a big old mess. All right. It's a town. And half of it is submerged. The architecture looks nothing like we've seen so far. It's more Charlian. Ah, there he is, among the ruins. Only caught a glimpse, but there's no mistaking that tiny silhouette. Let's hurry after him. It'd be a disaster if a building collapsed while he's inside. Alright, Wuklamat. I only saw him for a moment before he disappeared behind a building, but I'm pretty sure Guluja was headed further south. I'll contact Alice on Link Pro, let her know to join us. Alright, hand gear. There is another aetheryte down there. You know what? Let's go grab it. All right. Defective aerostats. Man, they got a lot of defective equipment. Alright, well, Glamont, this is the area, but the canals and debris make it hard to get a good view. Let's split up and search. If you could search into the canals, I'll make my way through the streets. When we find Gulujah, let's watch from a distance until he gets to his destination. Wouldn't want to startle him and cause an accident. Oh, so we're gonna have to be, doing one of those, hail the NPC quests. Oh, there he is. You have located Gulujah. Follow him quietly without being noticed. Oh dear. Oh, he noticed. Okay, let's try that again. We'll have to wait for him to go around the corner. Try not to get attacked by the defective equipment. Oh, he's moving. There we are.
He's come a long way on such short legs. It's a relief he didn't get hurt.
What's here, I wonder?
Nutkin.
So he's looking after those little ones.
Gululja.
Whoa!
Not another step!
What?
A sentry?
Run, Gululja, run!
You know the boy. Who are you? And what do you want?
Rusty mechanical soldier.
My name is Wuklamat, and I've come to talk to Gululja.
Is that so?
I'm sorry if I scared you. I want to get to know you better. That's all.
And you, my boy, do you wish to speak with them?
I heard them talking. She said she's going to kill my father.
Villains! I will deal with them forthwith!
But... I want to get to know her too.
I see. If that is your desire, then I shall stand aside.
All right then. Let's talk, you and I. Lots. But, who's the ancient-looking and articulate machine?
If I look ancient, it is because I am. This has been my vessel for no less than 380 years.
That's quite a while.
Vessel?
Otis is my friend. When I was hungry and sad, he came and looked after me. He cooks for me and teaches me all kinds of things. Like how to read and write and not be noticed by dangerous creatures.
This machine cooks for you?
And teaches you about fiends. What is he exactly?
Ah! How remiss of me. I had neglected to introduce myself. Sir Otis Valona, Lord Captain of the Royal Knights of Alexandria. At your service.
You're captain of the knights?
You've been functioning for nearly 400 years?
And there I thought it was Gululja with whom you wished to speak. Not that I'm averse to taking a walk down memory lane. But ere I regale you, we must take our repast.
A meal. Here. I hate to turn down food, but I'd prefer to have this conversation in the back room.
Please, I'm really hungry.
All right, all right. A riposte it is.
She didn't need much convincing.
She's going to spoil her nephew silly. I'll send word to Erenville so the others can stop worrying.
Now, if I might prevail upon your assistance, I shall whip up my most delectable specialty.
Alright. What do we need? So, my new friends, I would enlist your aid in procuring the ingredients for our repast. After all, the most enjoyable meals are those we make together. Alright, we're happy to pitch in, of course. What ingredients did you have in mind? First of all, some yam and pumpkin. People of the outskirts should be willing to share their harvest. If you and Gulujak go and speak to them. Sure, I'll ask for the cast-offs too, as usual. As for Ayame and Alice, I would be obliged if you could procure some woolback meat. Creatures can be found grazing on the slopes outside of town. As beef is less readily available, their flesh makes for a good substitute. That of the younger ones especially, as it is more tender and less gamey. Consider done. We'll be back with the meat before you know it. Thank you kindly. In the meantime, I shall see to other preparations. Alright then. Well, I think we're getting toward the end of the episode, so we'll go ahead and stop here. I will work on helping gather the ingredients for the repast when we come back. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.